Now, as the Middle East becomes a popular and notorious destination for Ugandans in the face of sharp increase in human trafficking, with young women being lured into exploitation by false promises of employment, the Catholic Church of Uganda has appealed to the government to put in place more rehabilitation centers to handle psychosocial issues for returnees who are often traumatized and sexually abused. There have been tremendous efforts by the International Organization for Migrants to rescue some Ugandans from the Arab world, but there have been fewer efforts towards rehabilitating them and comfortably settling them in community.
Uganda's high youth unemployment rate, which ranges between 60 and 83%, depending on the reporting standards, pushes its ambitious young men and women to go wherever there might be opportunities. According to Statista Research Department 2020, over 105,787 people are trafficked to different countries worldwide in search of, among others, employment. In Uganda, more than 800,000 people are trafficked to overseas through recognized and unrecognized companies in form of forced labor, marriage, and sexual exploitation. As the world centers much of its efforts towards fighting modern slavery, due to the illicit nature of human trafficking and limited local attention, the U.S. Department of State ranks Uganda as a country that does not fully meet the minimum standards for the elimination of trafficking. This has accounted for the rise in victim statistics. Here in Uganda, as the Catholic Church prepares to join the rest of the world in to Arab world by agents of Ugandan origin.
Refrain and God bless you, but know why you took our children to be with you. Be true witnesses and help us to assist in one way or another the victims.
Human trafficking in Uganda is both a domestic and international phenomenon. Within borders, Ugandan children as young as 7 are forced to labor in agriculture, fishing, forestry, cattle herding, mining, quarrying, brickmaking, carpentry, steel manufacturing, street vending, bars, restaurants, and domestic service. However, disturbing statistics from the U.S. Department of State shows that girls and boys are exploited in prostitution. The main targets of domestic sex trafficking are girls and women between the ages of 13 and 24. From an international perspective, Uganda serves as a source, transit, and destination country. Young women are most vulnerable to transnational trafficking. They are often fraudulently recruited for employment and then exploited in forced labor or prostitution. The United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, Egypt, and Algeria are among the most common destinations. School dropout rates continue to be higher for girls than boys. Women between the ages of 15 and 29 are also highly. Given these low levels of education and poor working conditions, women and girls are easily enticed to leave Uganda in hopes of a better future. Over the past 15 years, they have altered the predominantly male face of migration. However, the cartel involves Ugandans who work as agents of the Arabs. They hardly take cognizance of the kind of jobs they recruit for. It's all about commissions. It's against this backdrop that the Catholic Church wants agents of human trafficking to the Arab world penalized for negligence.
We advocate for better laws and also follow up on the recruiting companies.
They also demand for a rehabilitation process for those they have managed to rescue and safely returned home. Many of the victims returned are suffering from psychosocial issues.
We demand for a rehabilitation process centered on the human dignity and call for reinforcement of measures for protecting those who are rescued.
Joanita Ndagire is a survivor of human trafficking, also wants the Ministry of Internal Affairs to be keen on what they indicate on these people's passports, as they contribute a lot to their stay in those countries.
Think so much about the people you're giving passports. You personally put things in people's passports like housemaid. They reach Arab countries and the Arabs see that these people are professionally housemaids, so they can't have peace. Let us tighten our laws.
The call is based on them. Set the captives free. Shaidat Nasaku, UBC News.
And the General Court Martial